South. Winds are 80 miles an hour right now. Forward motion northeast at 31. Pressure is at 979, so it is weakening. Still a powerful storm, heavy rainfall, strong winds, and now with that fast forward motion, folks in northern Alabama and up toward the East Coast are now starting to make preparations and preparing for heavy rain and strong winds. By 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, the center of it is going to be in eastern Tennessee, quickly moving through the southern Appalachians and then up toward Washington, D.C., and then by Friday evening, already off the East Coast and quickly getting kicked out into the North Atlantic. So it is moving fast and it will continue picking up forward speed. Most of the rainfall is gone out of our area. There may be a few little lingering showers here and there. You see a few in the Florida parishes, but otherwise the rain, wind, done. It's still breezy outside. Let that fool you, but not the damaging winds, and the remnant rainfall is still kind of churning, but the storm is now well to the northeast of Hattiesburg. Winds outside at the moment much calmer. 14-mile-an-hour winds. Notice kind of a south or almost a west-southwesterly direction at Kenner, westerly at Slidell, but down to 9 miles an hour, gusting up to 24, and 14-mile-an-hour winds at Belle Chase. Homa, Galliano, Port Fourchon at the moment are not reporting. Did get some good soaking rains, Lakefront and Homa not reporting, but over 4 inches of rain at Slidell, almost 3 inches of rain at Kenner, 3.01 at Bogalusa, a little more than 1.5 inches at Belle Chase. But this was not a rain issue. It was always looking to be a wind event. Almost too little too late. This upper trough bringing in some very dry air, wind shear. Now that is the reason why Zeta is starting to really pick up that forward speed. This would have been helpful a little bit sooner to help maybe weaken the storm before landfall and certainly introduce some drier air, which that will now be the case as the storm is pulling northward. It will start becoming extra tropical, kind of losing those tropical characteristics. But this upper trough is the reason that, or the reason why we're getting into that colder air starting overnight tonight. By wake-up time tomorrow morning, it is going to be noticeably cooler, and the upper pattern is going to be favoring more of these upper troughs moving through and more cold fronts and keeping the fall weather in place through the weekend and going into next week. Temperatures out to our west are already dropping into the 40s. 55 at Lake Charles, starting to cool down at Lafayette, not quite to Baton Rouge, and certainly not here in the city. But the front by wake-up time tomorrow morning will be to our east, and the chillier air will be moving in. And it is still going to be kind of breezy to windy during the day, but it'll at least feel a whole lot cooler and drier. And as I mentioned, that good feel fall air is going to be with us for quite a while, which is actually a great thing because a lot of folks are going to be spending some time outdoors over the next couple of days cleaning up. We're in the 70s outside right now, so the cooler, drier air hasn't arrived just yet. Dew points are still in the 70s, but those dew points will be falling. And by wake-up time tomorrow morning, we'll have dew points in the 40s and low 50s. That is good feel air. Temperatures as well will be dropping through the overnight, and by early tomorrow morning, we'll be waking up with temperatures in the 50s and really struggling into the 60s during the afternoon hours. It is going to feel completely different the day after a landfalling, almost major hurricane. Everything about this season has just been wild. A little bit of low cloudiness, but seeing some lights out toward downtown. Hopefully we see more of those through the overnight. 76 degrees right now, still breezy, winds out of the west-southwest at 14 miles an hour. Our 7-day forecast, gorgeous weather is on the way. We'll start out tomorrow in the 50s and stay pretty chilly during the day, remaining in the 60s. 40s and 50s by wake-up time on Friday. A lot of sunshine, gorgeous weather for Halloween. It will be in the 40s and 50s, in the 70s, and then for the evening, as folks are trying to go out trick-or-treating, hopefully you can still do some normalcy, have a little bit of normalcy with the kids on Saturday night. We'll be dropping into the 60s and then 50s. Wake-up temperatures on Sunday and a little bit milder, 50s to then lower 70s, and then another front moves through. Again, the reinforcement, that pattern is going to favor more of the fronts moving on through coming up, and it looks like we stay very fall-like as we head into next week, the first full week of November.